Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for making our channel such an amazing channel with a rapidly growing community. I appreciate you all very much. In today's video, I'm actually going to focus on someone who plays a key role in our government, the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. And he, for the most part, sort of stays behind the scenes because it's the president that's sort of in the middle of things. It's House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. More recently, it's been the U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, and it's been the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows that have been negotiating. But Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has been working behind the scenes to do everything he can to maintain the Republican majority in the Senate. That's number one. Number two, he has essentially created and accumulated a massive donor network for the GOP, the grand old party, the Republican Party. So the Senate Majority Leader, who doesn't really get as much press, as much publicity, as much exposure, if you will, as President Trump, and who tends to remain somewhat low-key relative to President Trump and relative to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He's actually a key player in the Republicans' efforts to maintain majority control of the Senate in what is a very high-stakes election, in what I think probably is the most important election in the past 40, 50 years in modern times. And I'm sure most of my viewers and subscribers would agree. Welcome everyone to our channel. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time, and I appreciate you being a part of our community. On your screen, you'll see this article. This is an incredible article actually that was written by Manu Raju, who's a CNN Senior Congressional Correspondent. And the headline of the article reads, "How McConnell is maneuvering to keep the Senate in GOP hands and navigating Trump." Because keep in mind, what the Senate Majority Leader has to do is not only maintain the majority, and make sure that all the senators are aligned behind key bills. By the way, speaking of that alignment, the latest bill, the skinny bill, the targeted bill, that failed in the Senate because that didn't reach the 60 vote threshold. So that is a setback. That is a setback, a big setback for Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. But I think that this article did a very good job outlining Senator Mitch McConnell's efforts to try and maintain the GOP majority. I thought what was interesting is when Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was specifically asked about his relationship with President Trump. But first, let me tell you something that really struck me from this article about the Senate Majority Leader's key role in the Republican Party. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has an intense focus at holding on to his perch atop the Senate and keeping the majority in GOP hands, navigating one of the most tumultuous elections of his long political career while finding a way to take advantage of having a Republican in the White House. We're talking about President Trump. And this is where the article gets a little interesting. Even one who has a penchant for putting GOP senators in a jam again and again. Now, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was specifically asked about this, and he was asked if President Trump is, I quote, a net positive for Senate Republican candidates on the ticket. And for me, it's really important what the officials say. I know some of our viewers think, oh, CNN, Fox News, but honestly, it doesn't matter where the news is reported. What matters is what these officials say, because they'll have the same talking points regardless of where they're speaking. You know, I try to avoid situations where, you know, things can be taken out of context. I want to quote public officials. And this is how Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell responded. He replied, "We'll find out. That's something that we'll only know the day after the election." So that tells you a lot about Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's thinking. Now, the Senate Majority Leader has, does try to avoid, areas where there could be, that could be perceived as controversial. Senate Majority Leader is focusing on enlisting the president's help in critical ways necessary to holding the Senate, including by privately persuading the president to take a step to bolster the standing of the Senate Majority Leader's preferred candidate in Kansas. And by the way, that move did help him win a high-stakes primary last month. So the Senate Majority Leader essentially understands that the president has many followers, has a powerful base, and the Senate Majority Leader tries to use that to maintain GOP's control of the Senate, as any majority leader would. But what's getting really interesting is in the November election, remember, we have 35 Senate seats up for re-election. 23 of these seats are Republicans up for re-election in the Senate, and 12 seats consist of Democrats, and some senators are actually retiring. So with 23 seats, Republican seats up for re-election, the article reads, "The Kentucky Republican has tapped into his deep-pocketed donor network to pour millions to his well-funded super PAC and has sought to narrow Democrats' online fundraising advantage by directing millions more to his vulnerable GOP colleagues, which is really interesting. And what I didn't know when I read this article and what was news to me was that the Senate Majority Leader reviews every ad that hits the airways in key races on a daily basis. And he provides counsel, he provides advice to his colleagues about the messaging with the messaging that the Republicans project. And the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has taken steps to insulate his vulnerable members, because there are certain Republican senators who are vulnerable from, and the article reads, from the onslaught of Democratic attacks culminating with the skinny stimulus bill. Unfortunately, that bill isn't going to advance in the Senate. And the Senate Majority Leader did say it's just a hugely challenging cycle to hold on to the majority. And he said it's a 50-50 situation. And this is key. This is very, very important. The Senate Majority Leader said that races in Montana, Colorado, Arizona, Iowa, North Carolina, Maine, and Georgia are too close to call. So the Senate Majority Leader has said that the Republican senators trying to hold on to control of those states, it's looking doubtful. In fact, he said it's a 50-50 situation. Once again, he said that races in Montana, Colorado, Arizona, Iowa, North Carolina, Maine, and Georgia are far too close to call. And McConnell, this is what McConnell said of the battle in the Senate. He said, that's why I describe it like a knife fight in an alley. Everybody's slugging it out. Gosh, those are words from the Senate Majority Leader. These days, guys, nothing surprises me anymore, but it's very clear that the Senate Majority Leader understands the stakes of the November election. By the way, the November election is not only important from a presidential standpoint, but also it's important from the point of view of control of the Senate and control of the House. With 35 senators, out of whom 23 are Republican and 12 are Democrats, the Democrats are going to try and flip control of the Senate and obviously try and regain the presidency, because that's what they're trying to do. So what's going to be important coming up in the November election is, what happens with the presidency, what happens with the Senate, what happens with the House. There are many permutations and combinations if President Trump gets re-elected, but if the Democrats win the Senate, then, pretty much all the agendas are going to be Democratic agendas. But if Joe Biden wins the presidency, Vice President Joe Biden becomes president. But if Republicans hold on to control of the Senate, with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell still continuing to remain the leader of the Senate, a lot of the things that the Democrats want will get blocked in the Senate. And then, what's President Biden going to do? Is he going to just, pass executive orders and try and get things done that way? It's going to create quite a situation, which is why I think the November election is the most consequential election we'll ever see. And by the way, speaking of a consequential election, on a monthly basis in the White House, the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell walks President Trump state by state through the Senate map. And one topic has been the subject of discussion, the Kansas Senate primary. So that is what is going on right now. And there are some GOP leaders who are fearful that if Kansas voters, anyway, the Kansas election was very, very important. So where things stand right now is that the Senate Majority Leader is doing everything he can. And he did say that, the McConnell did say that an incident with the president recently was an example of him being cooperative, because the Senate Majority Leader did enlist the president's help with the Kansas primary. And he also said, if you don't nominate people who can appeal to the general election audience, you are going to lose. The language from the Senate Majority Leader suggests that he is laser focused on maintaining control of the Senate. He also said, and so the president has been helpful in working with me and making sure we get the right people nominated. And McConnell did also say that senators in danger want a stimulus bill. And he, in one call, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell did tell his colleagues, 100% of the people that are up and are in any form of danger want a vote and want a successful vote. He's talking about the skinny bill, which by the time, you watch this, that unfortunately hasn't gone anywhere. So Senate Majority Leader has a huge fundraising focus. And this is what Texas Senator John Cornyn said about the Senate Majority Leader. He says, I would say it's a 24/7 operation for him, but that probably underestimates it. He's talking about the Senate Majority Leader's focus to keep control of the Senate. By the way, the Senate Majority Leader himself is on the ballot in November. He's facing Amy McGrath, who's a well-financed former fighter pilot, and she's an underdog in the race. So That's where things stand right now. And by the way, these are words from Stephen Law, who runs a super PAC. There's no way we would be where we are financially without Leader McConnell's disciplined and tireless promotion of our efforts to hold the Senate. So let me know what you think about this. I try and cover as much as I can from both sides, and I want you to know what you think about this in the comment section below. I know that the Senate Majority Leader is extremely unpopular amongst a significant section of our viewers and subscribers, but you know, I'm never one to shy away from tough topics. In fact, if it's a tough topic, I'm going to jump right in. That's been my nature in life and in business. So I want to know what my viewers and subscribers think about this article, about this coverage of the Senate Majority Leader in the comment section below. If you learned something new from this video, please consider sharing it with a friend or family member. I'd love to get the opinion of other individuals. And I want to know what everyone thinks of this coverage of the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell. Do you believe that the Senate Majority Leader is focused and doing the right thing to maintain the majority? Or do you feel that, it's time for him to go because he wasn't supportive of a large stimulus package? So let me know what you think. Please comment below and let me know what you think. I'd look forward to hearing your thoughts. So that was it, everybody. The Mitch McConnell story. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time. If you don't know anything about me, check out my introductory video on our channel. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. I am a beneficiary of American greatness. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. So please make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications so you get instant updates from us going forward. Speaking of updates, get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000, and you'll get added to our SMS list. You can opt out at any time. Speaking of an SMS, speaking of lists, you can also get on our email list. Go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you can get on our email list. You can opt out of the emails or the SMS list at any time. Sometimes YouTube does not send out notifications, so what you may want to do is just bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime. This way, you'll never miss a single video, and then you'll be able to just visit our homepage and review whatever videos we've released. You won't even need to wait for notifications then. Please follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. We release a lot of fun, engaging, interesting content on Instagram, specifically for our Instagram followers. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thanks. Bye.